So let's go ahead and get this thing cranked up. Emilio, will you work the board for me a little bit if you can, sir? Would that be okay?
Always. I got you.
All right. So I would like to do a trade back like you guys did last night because I thought that really set us up for success. And I thought you guys crushed the first two picks. I absolutely loved. I thought they were great. So let's just and the last one, yeah, Sean Dolak, right? The only D grade we had on the draft. So, all right, let's just go straight to the 23rd pick here, and let's see who's available. All right, we'll try not to go too slow, and I'll try to incorporate the Jacob. If you'll work the chat for me a little bit, let me know what people are thinking. That'd be great too. So, all right, so the
whoa, that's not realistic, is it?
I don't think so.
First, second, and third. We can't do that. The most I'll take is a third. I feel like that's super realistic. So let's cancel that out. Let's see who's on the board here, gents. So best available is Shamar Stewart, 14th best prospect. Obviously, he's at the top of the Packers list. Seems to be anyway. Mike Green in the 17th spot. Jahad Campbell at 19. Malachi Starks at 21. Omarion Hampton, running back out of North Carolina, 24. Gray Zabel, Jackson Dart. You've got Walter Nolen. So you got a bunch to choose from here. So defensive tackle, Walter Nolen will not be there at 54. A lot of these guys won't be, right? So what we got here is Walter Nolen will probably be my pick at defensive tackle, hands down. Edge would be Shamar Stewart. Is he higher than James Pierce Jr. or is it James Pierce Jr.?
Oh, no, James Pierce is higher. Sorry, 12.
Okay. So Shamar Stewart and James Pierce Jr. are the best edge defenders here. Cornerback, it got thin quick, didn't it?
Wow.
So we got Maxwell Harrison at 36, Savone Revel Jr. at 37, Trey Amos at 40, and Azare Thomas at 44. So
we want to try and get a corner in the first 3 rounds.
I don't know. I really don't operate the draft like that. Like I got to get a corner in the first 3. It just depends on how the board falls. Right now, the one that's got my attention is obviously Savone Revel and Trey Amos. Those are the two that are, Savone Revel is the highest on our board. Trey Amos is a solid pick there somewhere in the second round. So what I'm going to try to do here is I'm going to try to duplicate the trade that you guys had last night. And it was Baltimore, right? If I remember correctly. Yeah. So I'm going to give up 23 for 27 and 91. They said, yep, they'll do it again. So we're going to trade back. I see Nick Buka just went, so we're missing out on receiver big time right now. Defensive tackle Walter Nolen is still there. Edge defender Mike Green and James Pierce Jr. are still there. Where's Mike Green on our board, Emilio?
Mike Green is position 18.
Okay, and again, you got the personal issues there, right? So that's tough.
James Pierce is still at 12.
Yeah. So if I want to target Trey Amos and he's in the 40 spot, right? This is kind of aggressive, I guess you could say, to try to maneuver yourself to get a Trey Amos. I'm wondering if we should try to trade back up, like maybe group 54 and maybe 124 or something like that to try to jump up a few spots. But again, Trey Amos may go earlier, so you put yourself in a bind. These are the decisions that Goody's got to make, obviously, on draft night. So wide receiver, Jaden Higgins is there. Trey Harris is there as well. So if we trade back, we're going to miss out on Walter Nolen here. And Walter Nolen, again, is where 19 on our board, right?
Correct.
So it's going to come down to edge, James Pierce Jr. or Walter Nolen for us here.
I'm seeing a lot of Nolen in the chat.
That's what I'm feeling too here. Part of me wants to try to trade back one more time. Just a couple picks. He'll probably go, though. Interesting. Let's do it. Let's go Walter Nolen here. I'm just wondering if I should go ahead and put together a trade to try to get up above, let's say, somewhere around the 40 mark. You know what I mean? It's hard to know who's got that because it won't let us scroll ahead of time here. If we go to put together a trade, and let's say we tried to let's take that 91 that we picked up, and let's see if we can get up to, see, there's no way of knowing who's in the 40 spot. So let's see, Carolina, no. I just want to look at this real quick. Dallas is 44, right? So let's see what it would take here. 1-for-1 trade not allowed is what it says. That's interesting. All right, so let's see if we give up a fourth. They said no, so that's not going to be enough, right? So if we give up 91, and let's say 87, they still won't do it. So you're seeing, man, it's really not going to be worth it to try to get back up there, is it? Really not.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Very, very interesting. And again, 44 might not even get it done. So we're gonna go Walter Nolen here, and then we're gonna stick and pick from here on out. Let's see if we can make magic happen. Walter Nolen is your pick.
Nice.
7.
Yeah, I just saw Amos go.
Yeah,
and Morrison just went before us. Darn it.
Ooh.
So here we are in no man's land with cornerback once again, even with trading back and having multiple picks there, right? So we got 54, 87, and 91. Wide receiver, though, there's Trey Harris. Really, really like him in that spot for sure. Let's see. Just take a glance. Again, Trey Harris is going to be going 62. Now's the time to get him, right? You know, I kind of like Jack Besh. Where's Jack Besh on our board, Amelia? I think he's significantly lower.
Besh is 77.
So Besh is 77. He's 60.
Harris is 49.
Whew. That's good value here at 54, isn't it, man?
Yep.
Really good value.
No guarantee Besh is at 87 either.
Slide this by you, Clay. 42 on our board, Jalen Milrow.
Son of a bitch.
You got me mid-drink there, Amelia. I'm about to spit that on the old keyboard. What do y'all think? Chat, let us know. We go Jalen Milrow here, pick 54. What do y'all think?
Don't.
How dare
I'm
you?
going to pause for dramatic effect. What are you doing, Amelia?
Working the board.
I'm working the board. Working yourself out of a job, what you doing? All right, I think it's a no-brainer, boys. I think we've got to go Trey Harris. And again, we're probably going to have to roll with the cornerback room we got if we don't go in the first round. You know, that's really what it comes down to here. We could have got Savon Rebel, but we wouldn't have got Walter Nolen, right? And if we went that route, we could have gotten Tyleek Williams here at 54, but now we're not going to get a wide receiver. So you've got to kind of choose. You got 3 positions is the way this mock draft's looking. All the mock drafts we've done. You got 3 positions you'd really like to hit. D tackle, you'd like to hit corner, and you'd like to hit wide receiver. You can't have all 3. You got to pick between them. So when you take that into consideration, Christian Watson's out. I felt our cornerback room held their own without Jair last year. So, and you picked up Nate Hobbs. What receiver did you pick up? Mecole Hardman. I think we would all agree, based off the money you gave Nate Hobbs as opposed to the minimal contract you gave Mecole Hardman, they're expecting far greater things out of Nate Hobbs as opposed to Hardman, right? So I'm going to go Trey Harris here. Pick 54. Wide receiver out of Ole Miss. All right, now we're back on the clock at pick 87. Look, somebody was offering us something for pick 89 there. That was interesting. Best on the board, Alec Ayamanor, if I'm saying that right. Jordan Birch. You got Darien Porter. Emilio, where is Darien Porter on our big board, sir? Darien Porter. We're going to look at several corners here, Emilio.
Darien Porter, 71.
All right, so he's 71. Where's Dorian Strong?
Dorian Strong, 160.
Quincy Riley?
Quincy Riley, 210.
Jeez.
So it's Darien Porter here at pick 87, or you're not going to get any decent corner, right? Does he meet the athletic threshold, Emilio?
Oh, yeah.
Porter.
Huh?
Porter does, yes. And
Okay.
cornerback outside. That's how we have him.
Yeah. So Porter, and I know people are saying the age is too old. He's too old. The athletic threshold also includes the age factor there as well.
-6 RAS, so he had a 10 or at least a 9.9.
Whoo!
And he's like 6'3" or something.
Yeah.
All right, so let's just think that's in our back pocket there, Tim. That might be the cornerback we go here. It's 71 on the consensus big board. Where is he at on our board again, Emilio, roughly?
He is
71.
He's 71 on our board. PFF had him 41st, and consensus had him 91 when we took it.
Well, that's sounding good, ain't it?
Can you scroll down a little?
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, like, right there. Okay. Noel Williams, Kobe Bryant. So if we don't go corner here, do we take a shot at 91 or 124 on one of those guys?
To me, they're and you could check them real quick. Where's Noel Williams and Kobe
Noel
Bryant?
is right behind Dorian Strong at 161.
Okay, so he's way lower. What about Kobe Bryant?
COB.
Kobe.
He is 132.
It's probably Zy Alexander. Zy Alexander's probably the highest, right? Where's he at on our board?
I'm pretty sure he is up there. Hold on. Zy is 93rd.
See, there you go.
So
taking him at 91, possibly.
Still, though, it's how many spots? 20, almost a full round difference.
Yeah.
Between those two. All right, so what's another need? Let's think about this a second. We got wide receiver, we got defensive tackle. Jordan Birch obviously would be a great fit here, right?
O-line.
Just go Jared Ivey and go all miss, baby.
Where's Birch on ours, Emilio?
Birch is 66.
Wow. So he's better than Darien Porter, right?
Correct. Jared Ivey, though, is 51 on our board.
Does he meet the athletic?
He's 2 tiers higher. He's in tier 45. Birch is in tier 55.
What about the athletic threshold?
Birch has it, and Ivey does not.
There you go. And again, I'm not saying I would be, okay with disregarding because of the athletic. It's just what would Goody do here, right?
Right.
Probably would go Birch over Ivey.
Birch is 1 tier above Porter on the board, being at 66. Porter at 71.
And Ivey honestly might be there at 124. Here's what I'm thinking: who's more likely to go? This is when you're working the board. Who's more likely to go first, Jordan Birch or Darien Porter? According to this, Darien Porter is ranked lower than Birch, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to go Birch at 87 and pray to sweet baby Jesus that Porter is still there at 91. He probably will not be. If he is gone, then we just got to accept the fact that we go Kobe Bryant. So if that's the game plan here, I want to go around the horn and ask everybody here right now, what's more important to us, getting a cornerback or an edge defender? I know my answer. I don't want to ruin it for y'all.
I don't like the type of edge. If it's Burke, I'd rather not have Burke. I'd rather have Ivey if we were picking edges, and I would rather have Porter over both of those.
Okay. So, what do you think, Tim, Amelia? Which one would you go here, Porter or Birch here?
I would take Birch just because it's the more expensive position. It's going to be, in the long run where you need to add in rotation. I think we have a couple corners we're not mad at right now.
Looks like the majority of the chat's saying edge, but like Coach Lynn says, but you got LVN and Gary, right? And you got Brenton Cox Jr.
Yeah,
it's the whole Jair thing, right? Like Dorian Strong could end up being that outside corner, 6'3", blazing speed. Stuff. I feel like it's more important in our particular situation with Jair and everything we just read from Rob Domofsky and obviously Spoon. I know the chat's saying edge, and you guys know how I feel about edge. I think it's way more important than corner. But right now, how many snaps is he going to get as a third-round pick, right, at edge? As we're Porter probably going to be competing for a starting job. I'm going to go Porter and maybe hope Birch is there when we pick again here in a second, right? So we're going to go Darien Porter, the 87th pick. All right. Now we're back on the clock. Jordan Birch is gone. All right. So we chose Porter over Birch. That's the decision we had to make. Now let's go back to the all. Demetrius Knight, Shamar Turner, Harold Fannin Jr., Wyatt Milum, Cam Scatabo, Andrew Makuba. I'm still got PTSD from last night.
Makuba, baby.
Stop it. Stop.
So when you look at these best available here, we were going to go edge. Again, I don't think we need edge. I'm not sitting here going, boys, we got to get an edge in this draft.
Can we just draft Wyatt Milum and get this pick over with?
Where's Wyatt Milum on the board, Emilio?
Milum is...
Or Ozzy.
Start with Milum here.
I was spelling his last name wrong. He is 58.
So he's 58. Where's Ozzy Trapillo?
Ozzy is not pulling up. He's on the board. There he is, 90.
So it would definitely be Wyatt Milum if we went offensive line here, right? The edge doesn't make sense just because, and I know you like Jared Ivey, Jacob, and I know he's really high on our board, but again, him not meeting the athletic threshold makes me think Goody probably wouldn't pull the trigger. If you and I were building a team, I'd take Jared Ivey, but I know there's going to be people go, oh, he'll never do that. So for
David Walker, 87th, edge, Central Arkansas.
Does he meet the threshold?
No, he's short.
Yeah. See, that's
he was the captain.
He got that C on the chest.
What about Demetrius Knight? Where's he at, Emilio?
Demetrius Knight.
Yeah.
I think we're lower on him. I could be wrong, though.
Mr. Knight is 73rd.
Where's Stutzman?
Stutzman was at 100 last I remember.
Okay, yeah, that's right. So Demetrius Knight is higher then.
No, Stutzman is 92.
Okay, so it's still Demetrius Knight's higher.
Correct.
So the picks that we're coming down to right here, guys, is Demetrius Knight, who's in the 72 spot on the consensus big board, and we've got Wyatt Milum, who's 78.
I like Milum, man. The guy's real good.
All right, we're going to go Wyatt Milum, offensive tackle out of West Virginia. Amelia, what do you think about? Pretty good pick?
Yeah, he's we have him 3 tiers higher than Demetrius Knight. I think that's a steal. Always for building that wall.
Love it. All right, got an A+ there. So, again, just to recap the first 4 picks. The 27th pick, we went Walter Nolen out of Ole Miss. 54, we went Trey Harris out of Ole Miss. 87th, we went Darien Porter out of Iowa State. Got our cornerback, a speed freak there, 6'3". Wyatt Milum at offensive tackle. We got him in the 91 spot. So I feel like we're covering our bases pretty good here, man. This is looking pretty good to me. Let's go back to all. Charles Grant is the best available. Billy Bowman, Gunnar Helm, Torrey Horton.
There it is.
Yeah, I'm not taking Torrey Horton because there's no room in the wide receiver room. Like we're gonna be kicking people out of the room.
Where's Gunnar Helm on our board? Excelio.
Helm.
I think he's low.
Dude, what if he went back and got Dorian Strong and really solidified that cornerback room?
Helm is 68th, Tim.
68?
He is actually a tier higher than Mr. Demetrius Knight. Wow. And 1 tier higher than Mr. Charles Grant.
Gunnar Helm is?
That is correct.
Man,
Can we be getting them at 124?
It'd be great value, but again, when you look at the tight end room, not that you wouldn't be willing to cut Fitzpatrick or someone, but I don't know, man. For some reason, I just don't like it right here. I feel like we can get a solid tight end a little later. Gunnar Helm, man, in that 12 personnel, though, with Tucker
He's
Kraft.
in the same tier as Jordan Birch was with Darius Alexander. They're all in the same tier together.
What about the threshold?
He does not meet it.
See, you're withholding information over there, man.
That's
You're
right,
telling me.
Well, I don't want to say hard eyes every time. No, somebody could have picked a better emoji.
I was thinking today, the spade we put on the perfect guys.
Yeah.
Why didn't we use a diamond? A diamond would be perfect for that.
Oh, that's right. Maybe I could find one.
The spade looks pretty good. I ain't gonna lie, though, man. That black spade looks good. All right, where's Charles Grant on the board?
Charles Grant's right below Gunnar Helm at 70th.
Okay, so Gunnar Helm's the best available, it sounds like, right? What about linebacker? They're gone now. Jack Kaiser, boy, I love that dude. Corner Dorian Strong, Kobe Bryant, Zy Alexander, Upton Stout, edge defender Jared Ivey's there. God, I wish he was an athletic threshold meat, man. Of course, drafting 3 Ole Miss guys, Tim, that's just insane, ain't it, dude? Like we can have a team in house here.
Exactly. Can we look at D-line one more time? Just curious. Who's up there? CJ West, Jordan Phillips, Peebles.
There's Pegues.
There we go.
You might as well bring him in. They can just Nolen and Pegues can go at it again.
Can you look at interior offensive line?
Yeah, Charles Grant, Dylan Fairchild, Caleb Rogers, Jackson Slater.
I feel like Grant would actually be a tackle, but I don't know.
Yeah. Where do we have him on our board, Emilio? Do we have Charles Grant in a tackle or interior offensive line?
We have him as interior.
Okay. All right.
PFF's got him as a tackle.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. We have him as a tackle. That's on me.
Okay.
I was looking at the wrong guy.
He's played exclusively left tackle his whole career, almost 2,500 snaps.
He was a captain, not trying to withhold information, but nothing else.
Got it. So Gunnar Helm does not meet the threshold, correct?
Correct.
Aronde Gatson, does he?
He does. He's got 180 on the board, though.
Yeah.
Get him later, right? What about Jalen Conyers at 187 on this board? Greg Cosell loves him. What do you think about Jalen Conyers?
L-I-N.
Jalen
is 152. East West Shrine has met the threshold. PFF 22-16, 23-56, 24-21. PFF Big Board had him 185 and 269 for consensus.
Got it.
-5 RAS, and Greg Cosell liked him.
Gunnar Helm is hands down the best prospect that we're looking at, right?
Correct.
He really is. Offensive tackle, there's nothing really there immediate. Edge is Jared Ivey, but again, if you're going to go against the athletic threshold, this will be the time to do it. You know what? We've got an article. Of course, I don't have time to pull it up. I wonder who it was. Donnerson. Donnerson was 6'2", was it 250 some pounds? What do we have a height on him? Anybody? Jared Ivey. What's his height?
I believe he's 6'2" or 6'3".
Okay. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go Jared Ivey here. I'm going to go against the athletic threshold.
Yeah.
Where's he at on the board, Emilio?
Sorry, Ivey is 51st. He is in tier 45, like Alfred Collins, Gray Zabel, and Princely.
And Gunnar Helm is below them?
That is correct.
Right,
PFF has Ivey listed as 6'6", 285. We sure he doesn't fit the threshold?
With also, how they tested in certain aspects. So, like, if he didn't meet like the 3 cone or whatever that threshold was for duty, if he did the drill and didn't meet it, then that would eliminate him, right? If he didn't do the drill and he hasn't yet been disqualified from the threshold, we'll keep the threshold mark on him. If that makes sense. So there's something there for sure that Ivey didn't meet the threshold on. So, all right. So we're flying blind now. Emilio had to go flip the meat, I believe. Right? All right. That'll be perfect. All right. So Jared Ivey was the pick at 124. Is Gunnar Helm gone, Tim? Gunnar Helm's gone, man. So there's
Arande Gatson.
Arande.
There's another decision we have to think about making late, right? Like you could get a solid prospect in Gunnar Helm, but we went Jared Ivey instead. I think we would all agree probably edge is more important than tight end in that regard, Arande Gatson's a little lower on our board, right, Emilio?
Yes, he was good. He is 180.
180. All right. So Jackson Halls, let's do a quick little tight end search here, if you don't mind, Emilio.
Hawyes.
Hawyes.
Yeah. 151.
Big blocker tight end, pretty much exclusively.
And he has a threat. He meets the threshold. He can block.
Okay. Let's see what Grinning Possum says here. I like it. Should we be thinking about backup right tackle in late rounds to have someone behind Zach Tom? Milum is solid, but likely moves inside at the NFL. That's a great point. Great point.
There's no need, Possum. We got
Possum in a dumpster.
Don't you say that,
Travis Glover as a backup. There's no need.
Thank you for the super chat, Possum. That's a great point, man. And you're kind of getting in that range. Like we love Chase Lundt, but it's going to look like a reach according to this mock. Where is Chase Lundt, Logan Brown, those two guys on our board?
And Chase Lundt exclusively right tackle all 3 years and graded real well.
Senior Bowl, 84th on the board.
Whoa.
It's going to look like where's Logan Brown at?
Brown is 352, but he was a threshold and the Packers met with him.
Last one, and I'll stop bothering you. Ajani Cornelius. Ajani.
Thank you for spelling. 198. We have him at tackle, Oregon Senior Bowl, threshold meet. He was 5th best in 22, 34th best in 23, and 99th best in 24.
This is a no-brainer. It's going to be Chase Lundt. Now, here's the thing. They're going to give us a bad grade because they've got 4 other tackles ranked higher. Now, we know, according to our board, Chase Lundt is way better than that, right? So
we'll get an A. We'll get an A.
You think so? Let's see.
Yeah.
So with the 159th pick, the Packers are taking UConn offensive tackle Chase Lundt.
C+.
Yeah. So again,
that's a good grade.
They got me through school. All right. So I like that pick though, man. That's good value according to our board. So all right. So let's recap real quick. Make sure we're covering all the bases. 27th pick, Walter Nolen, defensive tackle. 54, we went Trey Harris, wide receiver. 87, we went Darien Porter, cornerback. 91, we went offensive tackle Wyatt Milum. He'll most likely kick inside. 124, we went edge Jared Ivey. 159, we went offensive tackle Chase Lundt, someone to compete for that swing tackle spot. Anything stick out to you guys in terms of a direct need that we may be overlooking here?
Kobe King, linebacker.
Let's look at linebacker real quick. We could use another linebacker in that room, right?
Stack, yeah.
Oh, that got ugly quick. Who's this guy right here? Where do we got Sean Dolak at, Amelia?
My boy, 186.
Where's Kobe King on our board, Amelia?
Kobe
King
is 143.
That'd be good value here, wouldn't it? Let's keep that in mind. Tim, what are you thinking here, position wise, man? Is there something we're overlooking, bro?
Maybe corner one more time.
That's a good
There's
point.
Anybody left? Oh, there's my favorite midget, Upton Stout. Let's see. I'm with you on linebacker.
All right. Let's look at some of these corners real quick. Upton Stout, where's he at on the board?
Well, sorry. Upton is 166.
Okay, so yeah, that's pretty good value, right?
Marshall is 340.
Yeah, and that's one we did a top 30 visit with, right? It's just
correct.
What about Mello Dotson or Jalen Smith? Those guys.
What about Jabbar Muhammad? Yeah, any of those. Elijah Huzzy.
We're working him like a dog over there. I love
Mello is 172. What's the other one? Jalen Smith. Jalen Smith is 205.
Yeah. There's got to be something better, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Let's see what we got here. Let's go back up. Best available. Let's work the immediate board here. Logan Brown, Emilio. Where's Logan Brown? Will we take a third offensive line?
He's in the 300s.
Logan Brown. Threshold. Packers met with him. He's 352nd.
That's ugly. That's real ugly.
I feel like Kobe King, right? Or Dante Thornton. Hey.
Can I?
Could take a Rondé Gadsden here.
Yeah, it would make sense here, wouldn't it, Emilio?
Yes.
It would. Add another tight end in the room. It's going to look bad on the grade. No two ways about it.
180 we have Gadsden at with threshold.
I'm telling you guys, he's going to be a baller.
Yeah. Remind us again where Thor is, Emilio.
Yes.
Is Thor gone again?
Thor is 128.
Yeah, he's going a lot sooner. They caught on, didn't they?
Dang it.
Yeah, he's going real quick.
Did.
All right, so I think we're going to go with Rondé Gadsden here, boys. That good with you guys?
Oh, yeah.
Because we really don't like the linebackers that much, right? Kobe King's significantly lower. Which one's higher, Rondé Gadsden or Kobe King? Do you remember?
Kobe King's got to be higher.
Think so?
Kobe King is 142. Yeah, Gadsden was 180.
And let's see where Gadsden is set to go here. Gadsden's going to go 173. He'll be gone.
Let's go Kobe, though.
Kobe King.
Also, Kevin King's brother. Did you guys know that? Or no, I'm sorry. Kalen King's brother.
We're back in the A+ column, boys. Rondé Gadsden, I was listening to Greg Cosell break him down earlier, said he's a dude you want to put at the boundary for sure. Boundary X. He's one of those flexed out, tight end types. So if we hadn't got Trey Harris, a Rondé Gadsden late in the draft might be that secret, you know what I mean, to bridging that gap, putting someone a bigger body outside. So, all right, up next, there's Cody Simon, RJ Mickens.
Drew Kendall, baby.
Where's Drew Kendall on the board, Emilio?
Kendall is 165, center, Boston College threshold.
That'd be good value here, wouldn't it?
Boston College.
What do you think, boys?
That's my pick.
All right, Tim, what do you think about?
What am I thinking? I'm thinking, don't forget about this guy.
Oh, it's going to look ugly on the grade, Tim. I bet he's still there. Is he gone?
Oh,
they catch on, boy.
We got to stop talking about him. I'm deleting that photo.
Wow, I'm deleting that photo. He said.
Clay Webb's another one too.
Yeah. I think Drew Kendall's the pick here, boys. Emilio, what do you think about Drew Kendall here, man? You think that's a good move? I mean, we already got 2 offensive linemen, but we know
D-line.
D-line? You want to see D-line?
Yeah.
Cam Horsley? Yeah, where's Cam Horsley at? That's a Jeff Hafley guy, right?
Yeah.
Cam Horsley, 294.
Oof.
Yeah. All right. Nothing really there, boys. So.
Running backs. Ooh, Nick Nash is fast in college football.
On varsity.
Nick Nash is also 119 on the board. East-West Shrine with a threshold meet. So
no, are you serious?
Fast when you play on rookie.
He is fast. Him streak ball, just lob it up right past the dudes.
All right, so Nick Nash meets the threshold.
Yep.
Right? Okay, so we got it narrowed down to Nick Nash, and we said another offensive lineman, right? Which is Drew
Kendall.
Nick Nash is higher than Drew Kendall, right?
Yeah, by like almost 100 spots.
Wow. Is Elijah Badger still on the board?
He is, man. Tim, he is way down here. Look at this, man. This is wild. 336.
Nick Nash was 381 in 23, 20th in 24. PFF had him at 106. Consensus had him at 171 with a 0 RAS, so under 7.
All right. Nick Nash, that's the pick, right?
I like it.
So, it's going to be a bad grade. I don't care, though. B+ ain't horrible. All right. Final pick in the draft here. Again, we got 2 receivers, man. That's going to make that room crowded for sure, but we'll see how that all shakes out. So,
wow.
With the final pick here, you said you want to see running back, didn't you, Emilio?
Yes.
Yeah. Real quick, Nick Nash got targeted 171 times last year. That's insane.
That's crazy. Any of those running backs catch your eye there?
The Yarns. I'm pretty sure Yarns is way up there. Marcus
Yeah.
Yarns is 75th on our board.
And explain why that is, Emilio, because we're lacking information, right?
PFF 22 is 211, 23 is 12th, PFF 24 50th, PFF big board is 138. We don't have a consensus for him, but he had a -5 RAS, so he was a 9 RAS. He just doesn't meet a threshold is the only thing in a small school, but he did go to the Senior Bowl. So,
H.E. Solders
23.5.
H.E. Solders right, man. We could, of all the positions, cornerback's probably what we need the most. Because we're showing two open spots there, especially if Ja's gone, right? Let's see if we can.
Jabbar Muhammad?
Yeah, look up Muhammad real quick for us.
Or Jamari Harris?
Oh, I'm spelling it wrong. 2 B's, got it. Jabbar is 253.
All right, so that'd be about.
Where was Jalen Smith again?
What's that? Oh, Jaylon or ALIN. I'm sorry.
Oh, Jalen Smith is 205.
There's your
That's
pick.
good. That's good value. Give me one more, Jamari Harris. Well, actually, a couple more because I want to.
Jamari Harris 127. And he's a threshold. The only thing we don't have he was 35th last year. Consensus had him 174. We don't have a PFF big board.
What's the Huzzy?
What's the what?
The Huzzy. H-U-Z.
She's a nice lady. How dare you? Oh,
how dare you?
Huzzy is 291.
This is Jamari Harris, boys. Hey, good call, Solder. Good call,
nice
man.
Job. Dude, I like this draft. I really do.
You would say that because we had a great one last night, Jacob, and you weren't saying that.
Look, I'll get my ass posted in the comments. I promise you. All right, let's see how the first round shaped up, and we'll get out of here, guys. Shador Sanders went number 1. Why does he keep going number 1 all of a sudden? That's not happening in Tennessee. It's not. Travis Hunter, number 2 to Cleveland. God love him. Will Johnson went number 3 to the Giants. Will Campbell went 4th to the Patriots. Mason Graham 5th to the Jaguars. Tet McMillan 6th to the Raiders. He would look good in that black and silver, man. I'll tell you right now. Ty Warren went 7th to the Jets. Cam Ward 8th to the Panthers. Once again, Cam Ward going to the Panthers is just that's insanity.
It's so weird.
Michael Williams went 9 to the Saints. Abdul Carter 10 to the Bears. Hate that. Jahdae Barron 11 to the 49ers. Hate that. Matthew Golden 12 to the Cowboys. He would be a good fit coming from Texas down there.
I can see that. Yeah.
Kelvin Banks went 13 to the Dolphins. Ashton Gianti 14 to the Colts. Armand Membu 15 to the Falcons. Derek Harmon 16 to Oregon. Nick Emenware 17 to the Bengals. Josh Simmons 18 to the Seahawks. Jalen Walker 19 to the Bucks. Colston Loveland 20 to the Broncos. Him and Bo Nix would be a good little matchup there. That'd be awesome. Kenneth Grant went 21 to the Steelers. Luther Burden went 22 to the Chargers. Shamar Stewart fell all the way to 23 to the Ravens. Malachi Starks 24 to the Vikings. Emeka Egbuka went 25 to the Texans. Maxwell Harrison went 26 to the Rams. We traded down to 27, of course, and we got Walter Nolen. Then Mike Green goes 28 to the Lions. Yeah. Jahad Campbell, 29 to the Commanders. Savon Revel Jr., 30 to the Bills. Donovan Jackson, 31 to the Chiefs. James Pierce Jr., 32 to the
course. There should be a law passed. Philly should not be allowed to draft any more defensive players.
I agree. All right, so here's a quick recap of our draft. 27th pick, Walter Nolen, defensive tackle. There's your 3 tech of the future we've been talking about all freaking offseason. Trey Harris, wide receiver, great against man coverage, great hands as well. I think he's 6'1", maybe 6'2" out of Ole Miss. He went 54, so we get us a solid wide receiver there in the second round. Darien Porter, athletic freak. We went cornerback at 87. Number 91, we went Wyatt Milum. He'll kick inside, give us some depth at guard. Jared Ivey, edge defender from Ole Miss, is going to give us an extra rotational piece there at pick 124. Chase Lundt will play swing tackle most likely, or compete for swing tackle to solidify the offensive line a little bit better at 159. Kobe King, linebacker out of Penn State, will be fighting for a roster spot there at pick 198. Nick Nash, wide receiver out of San Jose State. The value was just too darn good. We got him at 237. He met the threshold. And then Jamari Harris, one of my favorite picks, thanks to H.E. Solder, mentioned, hey, go get a cornerback. And most importantly, with this entire mock draft, guys, Clint, armchair quarterback, said no guinea pigs died in the filming of this mock draft. Okay, so
it's important.
What do you think, boys? How we do?
I honestly love it. I really do. I don't think I'd change. Well, I mean, the way that the draft presented itself, I thought that we executed as well as we could. That's what I think. Other than Emilio trying to shove Dolak down our throat every 2 seconds.
Hey, I got to stick up for my man. But yeah, I don't think it was too bad, Clay. I like how you addressed the three needs right away. It's really just the order that it's going to happen. I think that we need to keep hammering these. It's crazy how it's closing in almost a week out. So I like it.
I'm going to tweet it out and say, go easy on us. All right. Let's see what people say.
Oh, but you wouldn't tweet out ours last night, huh?
Emilio, I would, listen, it's like I'm going to get in trouble if I say what I want to say here. So I'm just going to keep it. There was an old saying, something is like riding a moped. They're fun to ride, but don't let your friends see you. Probably know what I'm talking about right there. So, all right. Clint says info on the mock contest. The info is in the chat there. It's pretty straightforward, guys. Listen, you're trying to predict what the Packers are going to do. Whoever predicts it closest, they're going to be the winner. People are asking, can you trade? You can trade, but just keep in mind, I'll say this. If you nail the trade and you know where the Packers are going to trade to and get the pick, you're going to win the mock draft. But boy, oh boy, you're betting the farm on that one trade, right? So, again, it's really simple. The one who gets closest to the mock draft. So let me give you an example. Let's say, the person that gets, let's say, 2 or 3 draft picks right. First and foremost, did the Packers pick that player? Okay, if someone gets 3 of the draft picks that the Packers take, and then someone else gets 3, then you're going to go off who got them in the right spot. If both of those spots are the same, then we're going to go with the latest draft pick having more value, meaning, okay, you guys got the same amount, but the latest draft pick you took, you found that gem that Goody found that he thought, hey, was a late round, guy that they would take, right? So it's really, really simple, straightforward. Is there any other questions having explained that pop up for you guys so we can kind of cover the bases?
Clint's asking which simulator. It doesn't matter, right?
Doesn't matter, bro.
Just upload a screenshot of your draft, whichever you prefer.
Yeah, just keep in mind that, you only get one submission, and it's got to be in by 11:59 p.m. on the 23rd. Okay, so there's no sliding in here halfway through the first round. Hey, look, here's my mock. You can't do that, okay? We're not playing that game. But also, so keep it in mind, you only get one entry, right? I was going to say you can throw multiple entries in there, but you can only have one by the end. That's going to convolute. That's going to completely cluster up that chat. So let's just do one entry. You can put it in right now if you want, right? But I'd rather you guys not change it before the draft gets here.
Just to be clear, mine Wednesday. Is it a full mock or is it just the first round?
It's 7-round mock.
7-round mock.
Ooh, I like it. All right. Oh, by the way, guys, I'm a Patreon member. I did it today.
Seen that, man.
Jacob, welcome.
Yeah. There you go. This dude looks like he's hurting. Those joints are screaming, bro. Not those joints, Emilio. Get your head out of the gutter.
Tell you what.
I'm wondering why they photoshopped the buffet table out of that picture.
I love the guy doing the 40-yard dash time back there. He's like, I don't know why we're wasting our damn time. He's going to go out to lunch real quick and come back. So, all right, everybody go to Twitter and roast me on that mock draft we just posted. So anything else, boys? We good?
Good.
All right, tomorrow we'll hit Jordan Birch. All of his scouting reports since he was a top 30 visit. Ty Felton's an exciting one. I'm telling you, you guys are going to be surprised by Ty Felton. And then Taylor
waiting for the Ty Felton. So one more day, Coach. We'll get it tomorrow.
Another top 30 visit, Taylor Elgersma, right? Quarterback out of Canada. I seen this. I'm not wasting my time putting an article together on this, right? Boys, I talked myself into it, and afterwards I went, this dude is a damn dog. Wait till you guys hear the write-up on him. Go check it out if you're in the Patreon group. You already got access to everything we just talked about. Scan the QR code in the upper right or go to patreon.com/Packer Fan Total Access. If you're a member of one of the 3 tiers, you can choose the $3 tier. Get you access to everything on the site. We're also going to be giving away an autographed Sean Ryan rookie card this Saturday for one lucky Patreon member.
And we're only 2 away from 100, so whoever wants to be that 100th, we'll get you a coffee mug or something.
Yeah, and I will say this. We're going to be doing draft night giveaways. One of the giveaways for the mock draft contest, just so y'all know, you got to be a Patreon member to enter that contest. Just got these on order today. If I can find them now, they've already disappeared. That's wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, Pristine Auction, for making that convenient.
Heard it from a fan right here.
I've got to hold on to the Lucas Van Ness jersey that I just got because the guy who won the Lucas Van Ness jersey did not receive the jersey in the mail, and I'm finding out through the post office it got delivered, but somebody copped that jersey. So I don't know if there was a porch pirate or what. So I'm going to hold on to the other one and make sure that we don't find that one that's lost in the mail somewhere. But on top of that, though, I think we got a Javon Bullard autographed jersey, and we also got a Dontavion Wicks autographed jersey. So that'll probably be involved with the giveaways as well. So we got some cool stuff coming up again, just a way for us to give back to those who are giving to the show. Appreciate y'all. We'll see you tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central for PTA Live. Bye. Thanks for the super chat, guys. All of you. Thank you.
And we go.
We're out. Bye, guys.